The battlefield was silent but for the distant echoes of gunfire and the heavy breaths of weary soldiers. Among them was Private Daniel Carter, a young soldier whose fate would be sealed before the dawn. Clutching a worn piece of paper, he penned his final words, a letter destined for the family he might never see again. In shaky handwriting, Daniel poured his heart out, expressing love, hope, and a deep longing for home. He wrote not just of the horrors around him, but of the dreams he held on to, the laughter of his sister, the warmth of his mother's embrace, and the simple joys of everyday life. The letter was his last connection to a world beyond war, a testament to his humanity amidst chaos. It carried the weight of farewell, sacrifice, and an unspoken plea for peace. As Daniel sealed the envelope, little did he know this letter would become a legacy, echoing far beyond the battlefield, touching hearts and reminding the world of the true cost of war. As Daniel wrote, his thoughts drifted back to moments before the war, the laughter of family dinners, the dreams he held for the future, and the life he longed to return to. Each word on the page was filled with emotion, a bittersweet blend of hope and sorrow. He described his fellow soldiers, brothers in arms, whose courage inspired him daily, and the bond that made the battlefield bearable. Daniel's letter was more than a farewell. It was a reflection on friendship, duty, and the fragility of life. Amid the chaos, writing became his sanctuary, a way to hold on to humanity when everything around him was falling apart. With every word, Daniel felt the heavy weight of goodbye pressing down on him. He struggled to find the right balance between comforting those he loved and revealing the harsh truths he faced daily. His letter spoke of love for his family, gratitude for their support, and a plea for them to find strength in the face of loss. Daniel wanted them to know that despite the darkness, his spirit remained unbroken. The act of writing became a final act of courage, a soldier's last gift to those he held dear. Despite the looming uncertainty, Daniel's letter carried a thread of hope, a belief in peace, a future where the horrors of war would fade and where his loved ones could live without fear. He wrote of dreams beyond the battlefield, a return to normalcy, laughter shared with friends, and the simple pleasures of everyday life. This hope, fragile yet persistent, was his anchor amid chaos. Daniel's words became a beacon, a reminder that even in the darkest times, the human spirit strives for light. As the battle raged on around him, Daniel held onto the letter tightly. The sounds of gunfire and explosions grew louder, but his focus remained on the words he had written, the final message he would leave behind. He folded the letter carefully, sealing it with trembling hands. Despite the fear and uncertainty, there was a sense of peace in knowing that his thoughts and feelings would reach those he loved. In those last moments, Daniel's courage shone brightest, a testament to the strength found in love and sacrifice. After Daniel's final act of courage, the letter embarked on its own perilous journey. Carried by a fellow soldier through war-torn lands, it survived battles, chaos, and uncertainty. Each mile brought it closer to its destination, a symbol of hope and connection amidst destruction. The letter became more than words on paper. It was a bridge between worlds, carrying a soldier's love across the divides of war. Its arrival would touch hearts and remind those left behind of the sacrifices made in silence. The letter finally reached Daniel's family, arriving like a fragile ray of light amid their grief and uncertainty. His mother clutched the worn envelope, tears streaming as she read the heartfelt words of her son. Each sentence resonated deeply, the love, the pain, and the hope all intertwined. The letter became a cherished keepsake, a tangible connection to a son lost too soon but never forgotten. Daniel's family found solace and strength in his words, carrying his legacy forward with pride and love. Daniel's letter became more than a personal farewell. It blossomed into a source of healing for his family and community. Sharing his words at gatherings and memorials, they found a collective voice for grief and remembrance. The letter helped bridge the gap between loss and hope, reminding everyone that behind every statistic was a human story filled with love, sacrifice, and courage. Through his final message, Daniel continued to inspire resilience and unity long after the guns had fallen silent. As time passed, Daniel's letter became a symbol of remembrance, a testament to the enduring power of memory. His words were preserved in archives, shared in classrooms, and honored at commemorative events. The letter offered future generations a window into the personal costs of war, grounding history in real human experience. Daniel's story reminded the world that beyond strategies and battles, the heart of war lies in the lives touched and changed forever. Inspired by Daniel's courage and words, his family and community took up the mantle of remembrance and advocacy. They worked tirelessly to support veterans, educate youth, and promote peace. Daniel's letter became a rallying point, a symbol of hope, sacrifice, and the enduring human spirit. Through their efforts, his legacy lived on, shaping a future committed to honoring those who gave everything. Daniel's family, deeply moved by his letter and sacrifice, channeled their grief into a powerful mission. The diary's words became a beacon guiding their efforts to support fellow veterans and their families, recognizing the profound challenges faced long after the battles ended. They organized community events, memorial services, and support groups, creating spaces where stories like Daniel's could be shared and healing could begin. Through tireless advocacy, they pushed for better health care, mental health resources, and recognition of the sacrifices made by service members. Their journey was not without hardship. Moments of pain, remembrance, and the constant struggle to balance mourning with hope. Yet their commitment never wavered. Daniel's letter was more than words on paper. It was a call to action, inspiring a legacy of compassion and resilience. This chapter of their story highlighted the enduring impact one soldier's final message could have, not just on those who loved him, but on an entire community seeking solace and strength. As Daniel's family's efforts gained momentum, their mission expanded beyond their local community. Their story resonated with countless others touched by war, sparking a broader movement dedicated to honoring veterans and promoting peace. They partnered with national organizations, influencing policy changes to improve veterans' healthcare, education, and reintegration programs. Public awareness campaigns highlighted the personal stories behind the headlines, humanizing the sacrifices made. Daniel's letter became a symbol, featured in documentaries, books, and exhibits, connecting generations and reminding society of the true cost of conflict. The family's dedication inspired volunteers, supporters, and lawmakers alike, creating a ripple effect of compassion and advocacy that reached far beyond their beginnings. This chapter revealed the power of personal narratives to drive change and foster a culture of remembrance and care. With the movement growing, Daniel's family focused on bridging the gap between generations. They developed educational programs aimed at young people, introducing the realities of war through Daniel's letter and similar personal accounts. Schools incorporated these stories into curricula, encouraging empathy, critical thinking, and a deeper understanding of history. Workshops, interactive exhibits, and community events allowed students to connect with the human side of conflict, fostering a culture of peace and remembrance. Veterans were invited to share their experiences, creating dialogues that transcended age and background. These interactions nurtured respect and solidarity, ensuring that the lessons of the past would guide future decisions. Daniel's letter served as a timeless tool, reminding all generations that behind every act of war lies a personal story of courage, loss, and hope. The family's commitment to education emphasized the transformative power of storytelling to heal divisions and inspire a more compassionate world. As Daniel's story continued to resonate, its impact extended beyond national borders. The letter became part of international exhibitions and peace conferences, symbolizing universal themes of sacrifice, love, and hope. The family collaborated with global organizations dedicated to peace-building and veteran support, sharing Daniel's legacy as a bridge between cultures and a reminder of our shared humanity. Through media, art, and dialogue, the message of the letter transcended language and geography, inspiring efforts to prevent conflict and promote reconciliation worldwide. Daniel's final words, once penned in a war zone, now echoed as a call for unity and understanding on the world stage. This chapter highlighted how a single soldier's voice could become a powerful force for global compassion and change. While Daniel's letter continued to inspire countless others, those closest to him embarked on their own journeys of healing. His family navigated the complex emotions of grief, pride, and purpose, finding solace in their shared mission to honor his memory. They embraced new roles as advocates, educators, and supporters, channeling their loss into positive change. Along the way, they discovered resilience they hadn't known they possessed, learning to balance remembrance with moving forward. Their personal growth was marked by moments of reflection, connection, and renewed hope. Daniel's letter was both a source of pain and comfort, a reminder of what was lost and a beacon guiding them toward a future shaped by love and legacy. This chapter delved into the intimate, ongoing process of healing that accompanied public advocacy, revealing the human heart behind the story. As Daniel's family and supporters grew stronger, they recognized the vital role community played in healing and advocacy. They fostered networks of veterans, families, and allies who shared similar experiences and goals. Regular gatherings, support groups, and outreach programs became pillars of strength, places where stories were exchanged, grief was shared, and hope was nurtured. Through collective effort, they advocated for improved policies and resources, amplifying voices that had long been unheard. Daniel's letter served as a unifying symbol, reminding the community of their shared history and mutual commitment. This chapter explored how solidarity transformed individual pain into collective empowerment and lasting change. As years passed, Daniel's family reflected on the enduring legacy born from his final letter. They saw how a single story had blossomed into a movement, one that honored the past while shaping a hopeful future. They embraced the responsibility of carrying this legacy forward, ensuring that memories, lessons, and hope would continue to inspire generations yet to come. The family invested in scholarship programs, memorial projects, and peace initiatives that embodied Daniel's spirit and values. Their journey was a testament to the transformative power of love, remembrance, and dedication. Through their efforts, Daniel's letter became more than a farewell. It became a foundation for a better, more compassionate world. In the twilight of their journey, Daniel's family organized a grand commemorative event, bringing together veterans, families, community leaders, and supporters to honor his memory and the countless others who sacrificed in war. The ceremony featured readings of Daniel's final letter, speeches reflecting on the power of personal stories, and moments of silence for those lost. It was a poignant reminder that behind every statistic lies a human life, a story of courage, love, and sacrifice. The event symbolized not an end, but a continuation, a lasting tribute to the resilience of the human spirit and the enduring hope that peace might one day prevail. Daniel's legacy, born from a simple letter, now stood as a beacon guiding future generations toward empathy, remembrance, and peace.